Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to What You Want. Thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the IWC Pilot's Chronograph Saint-Exupéry Limited Edition of 500. You can see this 2012 special edition on our website, whatyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy those videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, What You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of this video at any time to see our full listing for this watch with complete photographs, accessories included, and of course, complete pricing information for this watch that you see here. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, the 43mm 18-karat red gold case wears well. It has the profile but not the outright size of the big Pilot's watch, so that classic look is preserved without soaring to the proportional excess of that immense model. Now 43mm is across the round of the case, not including chronograph pushers or the crown itself. The watch does have about 15.5mm of thickness, but there is a bit of a step and a slope to the bezel to help get a sport jacket or blazer cuff over this. Perhaps not the tightest of dress cuffs, but this is a watch that you will want to be seen. Now from lug to lug it has substantial presence but not overwhelming. 53mm from lug to lug is quite reasonable for a modern oversized sports watch, and it comes in far short of the 57 of the full 46mm big Pilot. Now, since 2005, IWC has collaborated with the Antoine de Saint-Exupéry Foundation to bring out a series of charitably minded special editions, and this is the 2012 edition, one of 500 made in rose gold. The watch is handsome, warm, and well suited to its tribute task. Now, everything that touches the skin is of best quality. This is a premium piece in every sense, and it is a lot of gold, so I should mention that if you like the premium pull, the feel of a hefty precious metal watch, if you're not the composite case, forged carbon, titanium kind of guy, this is the polar opposite of that. You know this watch is on your wrist. Not overbearing, but thick, made of gold, and you feel it, you know it. Now the watch does have nice camber to the case, so it does arc around the curvature of the wrist. It doesn't wear quite as large as it is. The strap is a classic aviator's combination of a thick sheer cut calfskin, a beautiful cocoa chocolate with an off-white contrasting stitch, and the clasp is up to the standard of the rest of the watch. Very substantial. It features polished facets, brushed aspects, an engraved IWC corporate marquee, and the swing arm is very substantial. In its own right, it weighs about as much as some ultra-thin references. Very impressive. Now the watch itself is finished to no less a standard. The alternating brushed and polished facets of the case, in particular, I really love this polished bevel that tapers and disappears as it runs across the belt line of the case, speak to the level of attention and energy lavished on this watch. Now IWC does make its own cases as well as movements in this particular reference, so it is a true manufacturer, and that really shows in the attention to detail. The dial is definitely upscale. Compared to something like a 3777 IWC Pilot's watch, we have applied, not printed indices. We have an elaborated seconds track outboard of the hour track, gorgeous rose gold broadsword hands at center with a Lancet style chronograph seconds hand also in rose gold, and the sunken sub-registers. It actually has a tri-register hour, minute, and second chronograph readout with the balance of a twin register layout. More on that in a moment, but they're a nice complement to the chocolate sunburst tone of the dial itself. Now that chocolate sunburst tone works great with the applied rose gold elements, but it's the choice of gray for the sub-registers rather than a more strident high contrast silver that really maintains the upscale sheen of this watch. It's a subtle but clever, appropriate, and successful choice by IWC's designers. Now the watch does include an IWC caliber 89-361. It is a manufacturer chronograph caliber that is both a automatic and a flyback. It has a column wheel vertical clutch architecture, so you can leave the seconds hand operating if you just like having seconds at center to match your hours and minutes. There's no additional hazard or wear and tear on the chronograph thanks to the vertical clutch if you do keep the chronograph simply running full time. Now what the column wheel does for you, you can hear that crisp report when I press the chronograph pushers. That is a function of the column wheel. Harder to tune, harder to make, but it is old school. It is the more expensive and upscale way of building a chronograph. To have the vertical clutch and the column wheel, that's premium content. Moreover, the watch has a 68-hour power reserve, solidly more than the industry standard of 42, so this one has good autonomy between windings. And a lot of the energy is provided if you're not winding it manually, thanks to the bidirectional shock-protected Albert Peloton winding system. Now, this has been an IWC mechanical engineering classic since approximately 1950, and the bottom line is that this example is hot-rodded with not the usual 2, but 4 winding poles for higher efficiency. You can't see the movement, but you can see under the commemorative caseback that the watch features a unique P38 Lightning imprint. Now, embossed on the case is the image of the P38 Lightning, which is significant because it is the last aircraft Antoine de Saint-Exupéry flew in his lifetime. He was a humanist, an author, an airmail pioneer, an endurance aviator pioneer. He was also a member of the French Resistance, and he died a war hero on a reconnaissance mission. So the tribute to the great man is intact on the caseback, beautifully rendered in 18-karat rose gold. You can see this very deluxe, upscale, entirely manufactured IWC Pilot's Chronograph Saint-Exupéry 2012 limited edition of 500 on our website, watchyouwant.com.